request. I'm gonna get it in a minute when we get more people in the room.
You got a body that make me gaga. And I love them with you for a lifetime, for a lifetime. Would you be mine? Got me hypnotized. Hey, no the demo. My African lady, she like to demo. Demo. My African lady, she like to demo.
Hello, hello everyone. Hi Tessa. Hey Mikey. Aw, thank you. Clooney. I'm doing great, thank you. There's my Thor. Oh, my Thor. Oh, thank you. Happy Tuesday, Clooney. The name of this song is called African Lady by Miles and Alino. This is Miles and Alino. It's called African Lady. I can hear it a little bit, yes. And the more I listen to it, the more, you know. Ah, okay. African Lady by Miles and Alino. African Lady by Miles and Alino. I want to give a shout out to Mahogany Hair LLC. So if you'd like to get yourself some extensions, go ahead and Instagram Mahogany Hair LLC. Hi, Susan. Don't forget to download the EP Trapped by Alino and Dolly Pizzle's song Mama Pray. He's doing some new music too, so I'll play some new music that Dolly Pizzle has as soon as I get it. So who else did I want to give a shout out to? Oh, go and subscribe to Auntie's Advice. Do that. Go and subscribe to me. Do that. My my YouTube channel is Chateau for Change. So please go and subscribe and look at the videos. I'm going to be uploading some more brunches. Subscribe to I Am Katoom. He has YouTube too. So please subscribe to him as well. Shout out to him. Who else do I want to shout out? It'll come to me. Soulja Boy. You know, I'm always going to shout out Soulja Boy. You guys go download Fire and connect. I think the video to connect is out already. So Miles has a new EP, Prolific. Download Miles's EP, Prolific. So these are just the people that I support, and I'll put the link to my YouTube in my bio on Instagram. So you guys, I want to tell you that one of our anti-racist activists got hacked today. Hi, Sandy. She got hacked today and got money stolen. So I was going to do a live, but this really pushed me to do a live when I found out that she got hacked. So I'm going to go in, and I asked her to, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you, is how she got hacked and how you guys can protect yourselves. Let me read. All right, so if you bank online, if you do banking online, do not use the same email that you use for your social media. That is a no-no. So whatever banking app that you have, cash app that you have, put that on a completely separate email, okay? Don't put it on the same email. Separate emails for your social media, separate email for your banking stuff. I'm going to take requests in just a second. If you have a Cash App, be very careful with your Cash App, especially if you have Venmo. I don't know about that Cash App, but I don't recommend you use it because that's the one that got hacked. Okay? And if you do have it, make sure it has its own email, that it's not the same email as your Instagram, please. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I would even recommend just having a complete and different email just for Instagram, because they're going hard on this hacking and they're trying to get into people's banking information, and they did. They got her today. They got into her IG, got her email, got into her Cash App, and went into her bank and stole money. Okay? So if you have the same email on your social media and your banking and your Cash Apps, please change it immediately. Immediately. And whatever password that you have, please make it a password that is difficult. Very difficult. All right, good night. Good night. So I definitely wanted to say that. Guys, in order. So I definitely wanted to say that, you guys, because I don't want you to get hacked. I believe that one of the hi Henry.
Yeah, how you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, I've been busy. That's why I have not been able. Sometimes I see you, but due to the time, because when you start it, sometimes you start it late. Because we are like 3 hours ahead of you.
Right.
So by the time you start, I'll say let me go to bed, because the next day I'll be going to work.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad to see you. How have you been?
Well, we thank God everything is okay. I've been here doing my own thing.
And you're feeling well?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good. Good.
Okay. Yeah, I do follow you, because sometimes I like when you finish, I'll go like your, the record one, then I just listen to what you say.
Okay. How's the COVID in your area?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's okay because people are complying over here. People are wearing masks. Though there's some little, but not not as it used to be, maybe around May, but now everything though in Montgomery County, they are opening little by little. They don't want to like just open like that. They're taking it one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, DC, I think if you're coming over here, according to DC, you have to quarantine. You have to be quarantined 14 days. If you're coming
Yep,
to DC,
14 days. Yep.
yes, so you have to quarantine. So I mean,
Nice.
as it is now, we haven't recorded any death. No
Oh,
death,
good.
no
Good.
death. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said about the hacking of the accounts on Instagram?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. Hello to everyone that just came in. Oh, look. Hi from Nigeria. Hello. So just, that happened today and it just kind of threw me off. It was like, wow. So they're seriously trying to get into people's accounts and they're seriously trying to, and they actually did take her money. Actually took it.
Well, I heard what you said about making your password. Yeah, if you make the password to be long, it's very difficult for them to, and like me, my own password now, nobody can even get it because I use Igbo dialect to create the password, so you can't even know what to do. I use Igbo,
good.
Yeah, I use Igbo dialect, so by the time you look for the way I do it, it's very difficult. So you can't even get Igbo dialect with so many figures.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Because the dialect, they can't even figure it because it's not even in the system.
Right.
Like when you want to go, so it's difficult. So I never have, I never experienced anything hacking because everything I do, my bank is Igbo dialect. So, like the way we put the H, there's some things we put like based on the way we pronounce it. So it's very difficult for you to break into it.
Good. I'm glad. So
Yes.
anyone out here that's bilingual, change your password to be in your other language.
Yes.
That will help.
Yeah, that will help. That will help.
Yes, that will help. Also, just all of your money information, put it on a separate email. And so that will help as well. What I wanted to talk about, Henry, is I saw a meme that made me angry. And I want a different perspective. Because I saw this meme getting passed around so much. And it's one of those memes where if you agree, you say amen.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw all my Black people putting amen in it. And it made me mad. What the meme says is, we can remove flags and statues all day. But until we figure out how to remove hate in people's hearts, nothing will change.
Yes, I mean, what you say is absolutely right. Because I think that's the problem we are having in as a human beings. Whatever you call yourself in this world, you see hate and love. That's the two things that is running in the whole worldwide.
Right.
There's nothing else apart from hate or love. But I wish everyone should have that. Will have that love, because it's love that God uses love to create the world, because the world wasn't created by hate. It wasn't, because if the world had been created by hate, none of us will exist. Is it not so?
Right.
Yeah, it was the love of God that the earth was formed.
But do you know why it makes me mad?
Why? Tell me.
It makes me mad because what it does is it puts the power into the hands of the people who are oppressing and the racists. it puts the power in their hands, not in ours. Like we somehow have to wait around for them to love us before we can make real change.
Yes, like for me, nobody was born of hate or nobody was born of love. All this thing is just something that people learn from, either from their parents or from their, because I know everybody have spirit that tell them this is not good, this is not bad, but just that they choose to do the bad one, but in them they know that this, they're supposed to love, or they're supposed to love one another, not to hate. But some of them, they just have that, they say they are very adamant, say, look at what I want to do, with proud.
Right.
But the only thing I want to say this to everyone is that for the fact we are not the one that create this world, you cannot, I mean, you can control, you might think you are controlling, people, but it's God that have the final say. Because we don't even, for the fact we are not the one that owns the world. I don't care wherever you are. Even if you are the president, you are not the one that owns this world. There's a being that owns the world. So any day you feel that you keep tormenting people, one day, that being that creates you will say, shut up, enough is enough. Then that's it. I mean, that's what I believe about this nature, about nature.
Right.
You keep pushing people.
But Henry, if people believe that nothing will change unless racists and oppressors love us, then don't you think that will stop people from fighting for change?
No, people must always fight now, because I mean, you can't just see that now somebody will be hitting you or be, matching you now. As a human being, you have to, I mean, since they want to make you feel, I mean, there's a way you push somebody now, then the person will bounce back, I mean, we're in the world. I mean, I can't see you coming with a gun to want to kill me. If I have a gun, I will shoot you.
Right.
You see, because I won't want to lose my life because, I want to be so, I mean, you just have to defend yourself as a human being, but I'm just talking, in generally, I wish everybody would love one another, so that all these problems will, there won't be problem in the world. The only problem we're having is just that love and hatred in the world. That's the only thing that is changing the world.
Because with me, I think about it in negative consequences. I think unless racists and oppressors have negative consequences, that's the only way to bring change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, what you have to understand, like people that fought for the civil right, I mean, during their era, people that started it, you see, I mean, if you look at the history, like based on the book I'm reading, a lot have changing. A lot will still keep changing until you see all this thing. It will be a thing of the past. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Right.
But I believe the time is drawing when everything will equalize.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. People are beginning to be aware of so many things in their surrounding.
Right.
But the only thing is that if this new generation, if you look this new generation, things are changing a whole lot. If you look at it very well, people are beginning to.
Henry, I am subscribing to the notion that I'm not my grandparents. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying that things are changing. Even the way we were acting, people that is coming, after us, is you see they would say this thing we are talking in a different way.
Yes.
It will be a thing of the it will be a thing of the past. Yeah, Yes,
Dr. King worked for my grandparents. Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
But Dr. King not gonna work at this level. I think
That's what I'm saying.
we need Malcolm X pre-Mecca visit
Yes.
by
Yes.
any means necessary methods now.
Yes. Yes.
That's
You're
where
right.
I'm at.
Yes.
You know, that's where I'm at. I'm by
Yes.
any means necessary.
Yes.
So when I read a meme that says we can remove flags and statues, but until we figure out how to remove hate from people's hearts, nothing will change. I'm not gonna put their hearts as the power. We can what in my mind it's like your heart can keep that hate, but if you break the law, those negative consequences is what's gonna change how you behave. That's where the power comes.
Yes.
Or do you think this is more biblical?
You know, well, the thing is that because if you come into some people are not Christian now. You know, let me just say, some people are not Christian. So some people have what they worship, but I know whatever thing you are worshiping in this world, everything still tied to God because God created everything, whether good or bad. You see? Whether good or bad, God made everything. Nothing I will say that the devil made in this world. Everything is created by God. You see? So God watches over everything. Even like sometimes when I read Bibles, sometimes not that the Bible, you will see so many things the Bible is talking about, but you find out that everything that the Bible says, whether good or bad, it is made by God. God created everything. There's anything in this world that any one of us created.
Right, but God also created free will. So what that means to me, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that God is sitting back watching, but he's not intervening.
Yes, but like this, you see, I mean, the thing about this thing, you see, that's what I'm saying now. God created the bad and the good now, and you see, the bad and the good, there will always be opposition,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but since God gave free will, then that means I got to get out of this shit myself.
Yes, no doubt what you say. I mean, because this is a very deep topic. If we started, we cannot even leave this platform. It's a very deep something, So let's just talk. I'm just talking it so that everybody will just, won't be confused. The only thing is that everybody should be kind to one another. Just have that golden rule. Do others as others will do unto you.
Right.
I mean, that's my rule. So I won't say because you're a white person, then I will do something wrong, to you, or you're a black person or you're a brown. So once you're a human being, I look at you the way I look at myself. I mean, that's the only way we can thrive as a human being.
Okay.
So my preaching is just that. I mean, just let everybody be kind to one another. Then if you see those bad ones, you can avoid them. You can avoid them. But if they are coming to attack you, you can't sit back. Now somebody will attack you or kill you. You gotta react. You gotta react. You can't. Yeah. So but just be nice to everybody.
Okay, Henry, I got you. I have someone else that wants to come up and say something. Okay. So let's hear what his take is.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Henry. I've missed you.
I missed you too. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Let's see. There you are. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Morning, by the way, it's about 2:30 a.m. right here in Nigeria.
Oh, good morning. Excuse my dog. Can you close that?
Um, uh, I
So did you hear
crazy.
about the meme that got me a little
I actually,
upset?
I actually saw it. I actually saw it. It was, ever since I had that conversation with my brother Katung, and he told me to read up about what you've been doing, read up your works and everything. I followed you, and I followed you really, really closely, what you represented and every other thing that you were doing. So basically, it was I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. I truly believe in everything you're doing. That's number
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Then number two, regarding the meme, it's deeper than what people actually think. Because throughout the whole protest, the Black Lives Matter protest, people bringing out statues, burning up Confederate flags, and all that. It's kind of telling me that, okay, yes, you're taking down the symbols, but then are you really changing the mindsets of these racists and oppressors and these people who are actually perpetrating all this? Because it's sad. It's sad that with all this being said and done, is it actually going to cause a change in
Mm,
this fight? That's number one. And then number two, we know whatever we learn in this world, it starts from the family, because that's the first level of socialization. So if these racists and the oppressors train and teach their kids about the white race being the superior race, about it being the only race, and that every other race doesn't matter, it lives on for generations to come. So the only
absolutely.
way we so the only way that I feel could actually cause a change, like at least to start it up, would be education. Because if the family keeps telling them about what they've been doing to the black race or to the colored race, and then the people in schools teach them the opposite, it brings up a question. Now you said about free will, God creating free will. If the family teaches them about racism, how it benefits them, the school should teach them the opposite, so the children can have the free will to know what is bad and what is good. And
Mm,
I know children these days won't want everything to be negative in their because I know my kids, if they see anybody being hurt on TV, even in the movies, they're actually sympathetic towards that person. So
mm,
if if I tell my kids that you don't have to hurt the next people, you have to love the next person, you have to love your neighbors, you have to love everybody around you. If anybody does anything bad to you, preach love. Tell the person no, that they have to see things from the other side. Preach preach love and despise hate. And me, being the man that I am, I taught my kids and my junior ones, my siblings, about love, and that's what we preach over here in Nigeria. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad that while all of you guys are facing the racism issues over there, we are actually facing the worst one, because we as Nigerians, as Africans, we're killing each other because of whatever means economic gains, financial
mm.
gains, or whatever. So, and that is and it's happening worldwide. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh, exactly.
Mm,
So the meme being the point of discussion, the conversation, it will be good if we actually start from educating the younger ones. Because I saw a video of a guy who went to Arkansas, to like pro KKK town, and he was holding up the Black Lives Matter sign, and everybody everybody were cursing him, telling him a lot of
Yeah.
things, being ashamed of him being a white boy and all that. And it was so sad. It was so sad because me personally, I've never been to America before, and I pray one of these days I get to come. But with
Mm.
what is happening over there, I don't want to. I'm not even looking forward to coming to America because I don't want a situation where I'll find myself a Nigerian. That now, mind you, Nigeria is one of the shithole countries that
Ah.
Donald Trump said. So now, imagine me, a Nigerian, coming to America, and they're looking at me and, oh, you're coming from a shithole country, and then it starts from there. So I'm like, why? It's sad that all this is happening at this point in time where we ought to have changed our mindset from how our grandparents used to look at things, how our great grandparents used to look at things. We this is the point. This is the period of time where we need to know what's good and what's bad and what's right and what's wrong. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
It's very crazy. Another thing with our young Black children, there was an experiment done with complexion 50 years ago, and then it was done again. And I know if it was done now, it would have the same results. Each time this experiment had the same results, where it asked little Black kids, what is bad, what is good? Always the little Black kids chose the darker skin as bad, the lighter skin, whites, as good. Our own children have been conditioned to dislike themselves. How we have to start with our own children being happy, being African.
Yes, exactly.
And
Because
that's where we're lost. It's almost like we're fighting two battles. We're fighting the whites hating us, and we're fighting our own hating, being African.
Exactly, because I get well, what happens with most of our kids, like, because of what is being taught in school about not appreciating the blackness of your skin, the color of your skin.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird that it now starts to look as if it's like an inferiority complex, like complex issues, like people not appreciating the skin that they're in, people not appreciating the blackness of their skin, people not now. And I keep saying this, that if my kids want to be identified anywhere in the world, first they have to be identified as African, because
Yes.
that is their identity. Now they don't have to look at other races as being superior than them. They don't have to look at I teach my children to look at everybody as equal. Now, if anybody is trying to be Lord over you, you have to tell the person that, wait, if you're trying to be Lord over me, then remember that at the end of the day, you will come down to my level and speak to me, and you will need me in the long running. So it's crazy that whenever they teach our kids that we are not equal to them, it now becomes something that we have to re-educate our kids,
Yes.
reorientate their mindset, and tell them and sit them down and say, look, teach them our culture. If they don't know much of our culture, we have to tell them our culture. We have to let them know that this is who you are and this is where you're from. So you have to know where you're coming from. So if anybody comes to you and say the opposite thing, you have to say, no, this is my culture and this is who I am. I'm not trying to change who I am because of what you want me to look like or what you want me to think like, but this is who I am, in and out. Is either you like it or not. And if you don't like it, please don't come with any issues. Now, this goes back to what I've been saying, teaching our kids, because it starts from there. And if
Right.
anybody does not accept it, it is deemed that, okay, you were taught hatred. Now I will find a way for you to love me. I will find a way for you to love the color of my skin. I will find a way for you to appreciate me as a human being, because at the end of the day, we all have the same blood, red.
We're all
We have the
African.
same blood. We're all Africans. We're all whatever. We're all
Right.
the same. We're all the same. We were born the same way, and we will all die the same way. So there is no special place. Even if you're the richest man in the world, you are still going to die the same way I will die. You will still have to
Absolutely.
go through. You still have to go through the judgment day. You still have to go through the judgment that I will face when I leave the earth. It's better. It will be better for everybody to know this, that we are all equal. Africans, Americans, Europeans, Asians, Japanese, Australians, we're all the same. Me, I work in the entertainment industry right here in Nigeria. So whenever we have our fellow African brothers from South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon coming to Nigeria to perform and do everything, we give them the best hospitality. We give them
Nice.
everything from the airport to the hotel to VIP treatment. We let them know that we love you as much as we love ourselves. So once we show you that part of us, then you have no choice than to love me back. Like I remember last year, Cardi B came to Nigeria in December. Cardi B had the time of her life, and she keeps on saying that on her social media, on Twitter, saying that how she misses Nigeria and talking about Nigeria like as if we actually paid her, to talk about Nigeria, and everybody keeps talking about wanting to come to Nigeria because we do everything we love over here. We teach our children love. We teach our children love. We teach even our parents love. If we see our parents being somehow edgy or trying to be negative, we try to bring out, trying to preach positive vibes, and that's what we do right here in Nigeria. And if that is being practiced all over around the world, that if anybody from any culture, any race, any ethnicity come into your land, you have to accept the person. You have to love the person. You have to integrate the person into your system so that whatever is working around your system will favor that person. Because I hear situations where Black-owned businesses over in America are suffering because of the tax system, because of licensing, because
Yes.
of the whole. I read a lot. I've never been to America, but I know a lot. I know a lot about America. I know so much that sometimes I get to wonder if this system is working out for you. If a Nigerian can go to America and succeed now, how come you guys are now hating on an African American or an African for just succeeding? Because you all have the same system that works for each and every one of you. So you have to either work hard or seek help from the African American than hate him. So you don't have to hate. Hate is being taught. Nobody is born to hate anybody. Hate is being taught to
The American mindset of what is causing this problem is that they're looking at it like it's a pie. So if we get our share of the pie, they somehow get less. So they don't want us to have any of it.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly. And because of that, I sometimes think probably if the only way this thing can starts at the top. Now, at the top meaning presidency, and now with the elections coming, I feel it will be good for somebody with a good and pure heart to go into the White House and start start the whole process of re-educating, reorientating, and telling everybody to either accept each other for who they are, or you either leave the country, or you, because it's somehow to think that because someone is of a different color of your of skin, you have to hate the person. So everybody is equal. So whether whether it's in the Congress, whether it's in the corporate companies, blue collar jobs, the entertainment industry, everybody has to be equal. So in terms of the pie, everybody must have the equal share. Nobody has to have the bigger. Nobody has to have the bigger share. Nobody has to have the smaller share. Share the pie, the equal size, so everybody can have a taste of it. Everybody can have that sense of belonging in the whole system.
I have a question. In our House of Representatives, in our Senate, in most of the things that we do publicly, they always do prayer.
Yeah.
Now, I personally believe, I don't know much about the Bible, but the description of Jesus, do you know what the description of Jesus was?
White, purely white.
No. In the Bible, it says that Jesus had skin of bronze and hair of wool.
Now that is not American. Now that is not American. Yeah.
So
now
we should not have a white Jesus in anything in America, because the description in our Bible says Jesus had skin of bronze and hair of wool.
Which is almost similar to what we have, what I have and what you have. Not a blondie with whatever. It's
blue eyes.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you said so, because if we all worship Jesus, if we all worship the same God that everybody seems to be worshiping, then that means you're worshiping an un-American Jesus, because you're worshiping. Yeah, exactly. Because we always say in Jesus' name. Now, even that, don't. And Jesus actually preached love one another. So if we keep on praying in Jesus' name, then why are we not showing the same love that Jesus preached? It's sad. It's sad.
I believe that the picture of Jesus, whether we know it or not, psychologically we've gotten conditioned to believing that Jesus is white. And that puts white people as superior. When we say in Jesus' name, we have a picture in our head of a white man.
Yes, exactly. But I've reconditioned my mind to saying Jesus can be anything. I see Jesus as an element, as a force, not as a person, not as a person.
I like that.
I don't see him as a person. I see him as equal. I don't see him as a white person that I'm praying to, a white man. I have to pray to a white man for my prayers to be answered. I pray to a force that force will recondition things to work in my favor. That is just what I feel.
I like that.
That's me. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. So I don't really put I don't really attach a human skin to Jesus or to God.
Okay.
I just know that there's a force around me that is taking my prayers to God in order for my prayers to be answered. So it's crazy. Like, it's really, really crazy.
I do believe that if more people thought the way that you do, it would be less problematic.
It will. I just wish that a lot of people will have the same mindset that I have, because I tend to be free spirited. I tend to be, whoever is good to me, I'll be good to the person. I don't hold grudges against anybody, and I don't hate anybody. And because I was taught by my parents to love one another. My parents had people living with us who were not my biological brothers and sisters, but we grew up to love them. So, and because of how we were trained, that was how I'm now trained to train my kids that look, you don't have to have a biological brother and sister for you to love. Love everybody equal. Don't
Right.
don't have don't have don't have don't have this mindset that because he's not related to you by blood, you have to treat the person separately or differently. Treat everybody equal, and you have to treat everybody with love. That's just my mindset towards this.
We are in a very civil unrest here where Dr. King's speech worked in the
Yeah,
60s, right?
yeah,
I do
yeah.
not believe, after seeing how George Floyd died, I do not believe Dr. King will work for us now.
Nah, nah. Right now, Dr. King was preaching about how people, how the white supremacists, how the racists will try and accept us with love. Now, if by way of seeing how George Floyd died and the white cops, the racists, and the oppressors are applying force, are trying to kill each and every one of us. Now, I read, I majored in sociology, so I had a lot of Marxist theory in my head. So if if the Americans are bringing fire, then we have to bring fire too. Now, and I don't want a situation where it will lead to a very bitter civil war in the United States, because I know at the end of the day, everyone who is there is gonna be affected one way or the other. Now,
Right.
Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So if they are trying to wipe us away, wipe the African Americans, the black race from their land, then we should be able to say no and stand firm. If they're trying to use force, then we should use force. Now, Dr. King's principles would not work right now. I feel is more or less like Malcolm X, pre-Mecca, and Black Panther kind of thing.
That's where we
Black
gotta
Panther,
go. That's where we gotta go.
like you want to you want to fight us with guns, then we got guns too. If you want to fight us with knives and swords, we got that too. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
If you want to
go.
go, let's go.
Let's
Exactly. And if and once it goes that way, if it goes that way, and these white people are seeing their people dying each day, they will have a change of hearts. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to see anybody getting hurt or getting killed.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
because
But they
yeah,
started hunting us. When they started hunting us, Ahmaud Arbery was hunted. This man
yeah,
was
yeah.
jogging and they came up in a pickup truck and they hunted him.
And they hunted him. Yeah, yeah. And even Trayvon Martin was
He
just
was
on his
hunted.
own. He was hunted. George Zimmerman shot that boy, and there's nothing anybody's gonna tell me. George Zimmerman hunt was like watching him and say, "Yo, I'm gonna kill this boy." Those three white men were hunting Ahmaud Arbery and shot him while he was jogging peacefully on his own, without
Yes.
problems, without issues. Those cops killed George Floyd for no reason,
No
and
reason.
exactly, and those cops and those other cops killed Breonna Taylor for no reason. They
Yes.
went to the wrong house and shot that innocent lady for no, pardon my French, no fucking reason.
Exactly.
So if we can't get justice for our people against these people, then let's fight fire with fire.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Guys,
And that's why
let's
I'm in
go.
the mindset. That's why I'm in the mindset. I'm not my grandmother. I'm not fighting like my grandmother.
At all. Nah, at all. we don't want to march, across bridges in Selma, or march to the Republic, to the Congress and start demanding for justice. Nah, we want to go. If you want to come at us, then let's go. Like, and at the end of the day, if this racists, if this white supremacists keep seeing their people dying, then they'll have no choice than to stop it and tell their people, yo, enough is enough. Don't
Enough
kill
is
these
enough.
people. Don't kill these people. Don't hunt down these people. Let's love each other, because that is the only way. That is the only way. And if they keep enforcing their people to come at Africans and African Americans, then then we have to teach our children to protect themselves, to fight for themselves. And then Iwe, my wife is also watching this, so she said we should start the fire by starting to evict them from Africa. Now let me tell you how.
Read that.
Yeah. Now what happens here in Africa is the white men comes here to kind of like take over our resources. So what they did was, it starts from the government. The government will start like a riot or a crisis right here in Africa, and then say they're sending their people to either help us or to assist us with whatever. Now, when they come here, they start to lord over us. They start to use our hospitality, our humility over us. Start to use us. And trust me when I say we have white supremacists and racists right here in Nigeria. Trust me, we do.
Wow.
But being the strong-minded and strong-hearted Nigerians, Africans that we are, we always tell it to their face that, yo, you are in our land. The only way we can let you live is if you treat us better. That is the only way. Now, if you don't treat us better, we are going to deport your ass out of our country for good. That is the only way. That's the only way you can live and work in our country. And we've started enforcing that rule. A Chinese restaurant had an outlet here in Nigeria, and they said they weren't going to serve Nigerians in Nigeria. And we had to tell them that, yo, you're operating in Nigeria, and then you're now practicing race. You're now being racist to our people in our land. You either start treating these people equal, or you close down shop and get the fuck out of our country. And that was what happened. And that was exactly, and that was what happened. And that was what happened. Now, because of that, every white-owned company or every foreign-owned company in Nigeria started employing people, the inclusion in the top management offices and in every decision makers. Basically, started treating Nigerians as, yo, we're in their country, so you either play ball with them or you leave. That's the only way. Exactly. And exactly. So that's the only way. We play fire with fire. We fight fire with fire. So, and that is what the Nigerian spirit is all about. If we don't play ball with us, then you get the F out of our country. It's as simple as that.
I'm all for that. I am all for that. I'm glad that that's going on. I am so glad about that. I am so happy about that. Well, I appreciate you coming on and talking to me about this. You did give me a better understanding of that meme, because it had me all kinds of hot.
I know. You're always hot. You're always hot. I see that a lot. You're always hot. Always hot. You don't blow cold, you blow hot. I see that from you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what we gotta be right now. We gotta stay on 10 right now. Till we get things where we need them to be, we gotta all be on 10.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I
well, we're gonna keep praying for you all because I do pray a lot for things to get better because I have family members over there in Seattle, I have cousins in Philadelphia, and I have friends in California. So I always pray for them. I always check up on them. I always pray for them to be safe and for things to get better over there. So one day I could take my family to go visiting, and we don't have to face this backlash that y'all
exactly.
face right now. So you all have you all in my prayers. You all in my prayers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I don't know what's going on in Southern Kaduna, but we are praying for that too. It's horrific, the pictures that we're seeing on Katung's page. It's unbelievable.
We're still finding ways of getting that solved because even the governor of the state is not saying anything, but we're trying to make sure he comes out and enforce a rule to stop the killing because most of the people the majority of people getting killed are Christians, and
Mm,
we're trying to let him know that yo, you have to either stop this or you get out of this office because you're not fit to govern us. You're not fit to be a leader and all that. So we're all trying our best. We're all trying our best.
is there anything that the UN can do?
Yeah. For now, with the pandemic out, nah, I don't think so. The only thing that I feel can be done is find the government here can enforce like deploy the army over to Southern Kaduna to make sure that if they catch anyone or if they get any of this group killing people, then they enforce a rule like if death you know death penalty to enforce the death
Yeah.
penalty on anybody found because that's the only way that's one of the ways that could stop this killing and everything because it's really disheartening, it's sad, it's horrific, it's making me shivers anytime I see pictures and videos from Southern Kaduna.
It's horrible. Well, thank you for
Horrible,
coming
yeah.
on and talking to me. Thank you for, I mean, I really appreciate you talking to me. I appreciate your wife in our chat and her being here. So thank you. I hope you guys come back again. I'm going to put a schedule
No,
up of my brunches. So I hope to have
okay,
you for brunch. I really want to have you for brunch, okay?
no problem,
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
no problem.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. So my live is going to end soon. This was a good live. This was a good discussion. And I'm going to put together the brunch schedule and post it so you guys will know. Remember, Auntie said she'll come for brunch. I'm going to have my sister for brunch. I'm going to have a coworker for brunch. I'm hoping to get Officer Norman for brunch. And you guys send me anybody who you feel would be a good candidate for brunch so we could get some good discussions. Also, send me discussion questions that you'd like for me to discuss. I think that would be good. And I won't disclose who said it if you don't want me to, but if you really want to know something and you're uncomfortable asking, send it to me and I will discuss it on live. And I think that will really add some good content because sometimes people are scared to bring in what they want to say. I'll bring it in and we'll discuss it and get you an answer. So I hope everyone had a happy Tuesday and have a wonderful tomorrow. And as I always say, be good to you.